Yeah, it is.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the November 18th edition of the Clawson City Council. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and everyone who's watching online. We're going to start with the council standing to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Anyone who would like to join us, please do. And I should have said, Pastor Traxel is going to give words of inspiration.
Thank you. So good to be here today. This is my chance to congratulate all the new council members and Mayor Moffitt on your election. I'm believing the Lord's going to do some good things. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I appreciate the fact that you take your time to do what you do on a regular basis. I know people love our city. They love to walk their dogs and go to the parks and try the restaurants, but they don't know there's people here that give their time to make sure it runs smoothly. And so I thank you for that. And I know it's not an easy job, and it's a thankless job that you guys have. And so I appreciate your willingness to do that. And people want things done right now, and it doesn't always work that way. So I thank you for doing what you do for our city. And so I'm going to pray tonight. My first time to pray. I'm going to pray specifically for you, that God give you wisdom and the patience to deal with people in this great city we call home. Let's pray together. Lord, we're so thankful today for your goodness and mercy to us. We thank you for allowing us to be in such a wonderful city that we call home, a place to live. We thank you for your many blessings upon us. We have so much that many people don't have, and for that we just want to say thank you first and foremost for your goodness to us. Lord, I thank you for those that are here today that are sitting on our council, and for our mayor. For our first responders, those that work in the city, I thank you that they have given themselves their time to make this city better. I just pray, Lord, a covering on them. I pray a blessing on them. I pray that you give them the patience and the wisdom they need to help our city do well. And the people that are watching and people that are part of this, that they would also have patience to realize we're all doing our best and we try to do our best. And Lord, through your wisdom, we will be better. We thank you for all things. We give you honor and glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, our next item is roll call.
Mayor Moffitt,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem O'Rourke,
Present.
Councilmember Peltonen,
Here.
Councilmember Rinkovich,
Present.
Councilmember Slawinski,
Present.
Councilmember Tinlin.
Present.
Excellent, we're all here. The next item is public comment for items on the agenda. Mr. Nushai, I had asked you at the last meeting about our ability to modify the time, and you gave me some guidance in that if I were to make a motion and the council supported that, we could change the time. So I would like to change, I'm going to make a motion that we change the time allotted for speakers to 4 minutes. And I would also like to change our request such that people give their name and then indicate whether they're a Clawson resident or a visitor. If there's a second.
Well, Madam Mayor, point of order.
Support.
Yep.
So the approval of the agenda is item number 5 first, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness, I'm messing up already. Thank you. All right, let's do approval of the agenda, and then we'll do my motion. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve. Second.
Awesome. Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem O'Rourke,
Yes.
Councilmember Peltonen,
Yes.
Councilmember Rinkovich,
Yes. Yes.
Councilmember Slawinski,
Yes.
Councilmember Tinlin,
Yes.
Mayor Moffitt.
Yes. All right. Now, I'll restate my motion. Do you want me to say it again, or?
It wouldn't hurt, ma'am.
I'm asking the clerk. Did he get it, or? Okay, all right, and there was a second of it from,
Second.
Any conversations? All right, roll call again.
Councilmember Pelton,
Yes.
Councilmember Rinkovich,
Yes.
Councilmember Slawinski,
Yes.
Councilmember Tinlin,
Yes.
Mayor Moffett,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem O'Rourke.
Yes.
All right, back on track. We invite anyone in the here from the public who would like to speak about an item on the agenda. You'll be allotted 4 minutes. A reminder that this is not a back and forth, so I can't answer questions, but anyone who asks a question about an item on the agenda, I will note it and make sure that it's addressed on that agenda item. And then, as mentioned, we're going to ask that you state your name and just whether or not you're a resident of Clawson or a visitor. Do we have anyone who would like to speak to an item on the agenda? Oh, come on, guys, no one? All right, seeing no one making their way, we will move on to proclamations. And our first proclamations and presentations. And our first is introduction and ceremonial swearing in of Officer Jared Stoyanov.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Council, Chief Bouse, for those of you who I have not met yet, and it's my honor today to introduce to you our newest Clawson Police Officer, Officer Jared Stoyanov. Officer Stoyanov comes to us from the Detroit Police Department, where he spent about 1.5 years working there, and he is actually already familiar with Clawson because he's born and raised in Royal Oak and worked at our fabulous Nori Chicken while growing up. So,
Cool.
we're excited to have him. He's been here since November 10th, starting his field training. So if you can welcome him to our lovely city, I would appreciate it. And he will have his ceremonial swearing in with.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of this state,
the Constitution of this state,
the Charter of the City of Clawson,
the Charter of the City of Clawson,
that I will faithfully perform
faithfully perform
the duties of the office of police officer
the duties of the office of police officer
in and for the City of Clawson,
and for the City of Clawson,
County of Oakland,
County of Oakland,
State of Michigan,
State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Welcome again.
Thank you.
All right, excellent. Our next item is the Clawson Goodfellows presentation. I believe there's a gentleman here to do that.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dave O'Connell. I am the president of the Clawson Goodfellows. I'll tell you a little bit about the Goodfellows. We are a nonprofit organization for the city of Clawson, and our motto is "No child goes without a Christmas." So I work pretty diligently with the Clawson Police Department, as well as our Facebook page. For people that are in need, and they'll reach out to us, for help. Last year, we were able to help about 22 families that were in need. So that was pretty cool. And obviously, we couldn't have done it with all of Clawson's help. Everyone, I would like to thank everyone that has participated and, donated gift cards and everything like that. So we couldn't have done it without Clawson. On December 6th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., we will be conducting our annual paper sale. We are still looking for some more sponsors for our paper sale, for our ads. Again, all proceeds go to, Clawson families in need. And the due date is November 26th for ads. They range anywhere from $50 to $350. The best way to contact us is probably on Facebook or our clawsongoodfellows@gmail.com email address. But yeah, again, we will be on the main intersections on December 6th. So if you can look out for us and, drive by slowly, wave, say hi, we would appreciate it. And any donation goes a long way. So we appreciate all your help and thank you very much. Good night.
So the ads that you're soliciting for, they go into the newspaper that's being sold?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
And about how many copies of that do you guys make?
I want to say around 1,500.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so it's a
So-
lot of exposure for someone out there with that
Yes.
business. Cool, cool.
Yes, it's great. So,
All right.
yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other questions? Or anything?
Any
All
other
right.
questions I can answer?
All right, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. The next item on our agenda is consideration of approving the consent agenda, and the consent agenda is comprised of a list of bills in the amount of $2,193,919.75. I could have a motion to approve that?
Madam Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda for the amount of $2,193,919.75.
Second.
Awesome. There's no discussion about the consent agenda, so if we could have a roll call, please.
Councilmember Rinkovich,
Yes.
Councilmember Slawinski,
Yes.
Councilmember Tinlin,
Yes.
Mayor Moffett. Mayor Pro Tem O'Rourke,
Yes.
Councilmember Pelton.
Yes.
Awesome. We've approved the consent agenda, and we're moving on to new business. So the next item on the agenda is solicitation of public comment and consideration on the 2026 program year community block grant and application. Nick, I'll let you go ahead and say it. Oh, where are you going to go? Okay.
I think we all have a few things to get used to with the new setup. I do believe we need a motion for approval before discussion.
Before you read your thing, yes, you're right. Can we have a motion?
I move the 2026 Community Development Block Grant application be approved and submitted to the Oakland County Community and Home Improvement Division as recommended by the administration.
Support.
All right, thank you, Mayor and Council. So the Community Development Block Grant is a grant funded through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD, to keep communities sound, attractive, and economically viable. The City of Clawson is a subrecipient of Oakland County who administers the grant to a majority of municipalities in Oakland County. The program strengthens neighborhoods by supporting local revitalization, home improvement, and public services for senior citizens, low-income persons and families, disadvantaged youth, and disabled residents throughout most of Oakland County. This year, the CDBG program modified their grant award structure to be more competitive for projects. Historically, Clawson would receive approximately $30,000 to $35,000 per grant year. Now there's not a minimum or maximum that can be awarded. So some communities may not get funding per year if they choose not to apply. So it allows for a little bit more competitive, process. For this program year, we are submitting the following three projects. The first one is the public service for Haven in the amount of $3,500. Haven provides services for domestic violence victims. It is recommended to continue funding this program as they continue to serve Clawson residents. The second program is the public services for seniors in the amount of $15,000. This project is to continue our lawn maintenance and snow removal services to income-eligible older adults aged 65 and over. And the third project we are submitted is the Grant Park Public Facility Accessibility Upgrade in the amount of $43,000. This project includes a 6-foot wide accessible concrete pathway to connect various park amenities at Grant Park. The new path will connect multiple key park amenities, including the restroom facility to the west side of the tennis court, the east side of the tennis court to the parking lot, and from the parking lot to the soccer bleachers and concrete pads near the bleachers for ADA accessibility. This portion of the Grant Park improvements was included in the Parks and Rec Master Plan. The application to the county is due on December 5th, and once this item has been presented, a public hearing shall be opened by the mayor, and we're happy to answer any questions. And I do just want to mention that the Parks and Recreation team, Scott Jennings and Lisa, have been great in moving this forward. I think continuing the lawn maintenance and snow removal is important. We've gotten a lot of a good number of people participating in that program in our first year, and so we'd like to continue that. And again, the Grant Park facility upgrade is included in the Parks and Rec Master Plan, and so this is a step in achieving that entire plan. So they've done a lot of work on this.
Okay. Well, the next order of business is to open the floor for public comment. If anyone would like to come and speak about what they're suggesting to use the money for, or have any other ideas. Again, no one's moving, so go ahead. Come on, we
Don't be
like
afraid
you.
of us.
Come and talk if you would like to. It's,
Well, it's a question.
Okay,
Okay.
come on up.
Okay. Yes, I'm Diane Glaze in Clausen. So is the park going to be paved, all of it around? Is that what
We'll answer questions after the public.
okay, that's,
Thank you.
okay.
anybody else? Nick, is the park going to be paved all the way around?
So there will be a portion of Grant Park that does have a pathway, and so it essentially is there to connect as I mentioned, the west side of the park to the restroom there, and also a pathway from the parking lot to the bleachers where both fields have seating, so it's ADA accessible for those folks to get there, and it'll also kind of have some additional wayfinding for the park as well. So only a small 6-foot wide section throughout the park, but it's intended to connect our facilities there, nothing more, nothing less.
Okay. Any other questions from council members?
I have two questions. One question is, this part of the grant, the $43,000, when I looked at the master plan for the Parks and Rec, I saw that there were a lot of different things that were under the project for the park. And I was wondering, are the sidewalks that are going to be connected the only part that's going to be funded through the grant?
For this application, yes, because the CDBG program tends to provide funding for certain projects, and so this is for ADA access, which falls within their guidelines. So we'll still be exploring other grant opportunities for other improvements there, but this fit the need and the timeline for when our master plan was approved and their new funding source for the grant.
Okay, great, thank you. And my other question was, did we hire somebody to write the grant?
Our
Or-
internal team does, so the Parks and Rec staff, since these projects are associated with their operations, they're working on it with myself to execute the grant.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Any other questions?
You mentioned, Darlene McDaniel, I'm a Clausen resident. You mentioned about senior citizens getting help with snow removal other than age. Can maybe you ask what the qualifications are for that?
So I appreciate you making your comment. Public comment is closed, but we will ask.
Thank you.
And since public comment is closed, if anyone has any other questions, I welcome you to grab Nick because he's trying to get to his car and ask him additional questions. Because we want to make sure everything gets answered, but I'm trying to follow formality as much as possible. So, but Nick, I have a question. Tell us about the snow removal process.
So currently, the program is funded through OLSHA, which was a grant funded, and Scott, Mr. Jennings, please correct me if I'm wrong. It was funded through I believe it was COVID dollars from when that was funded through the state and county governments. And we initially anticipated that program would be more available year after year, but they're limiting it. I don't know if we're able to be in it next year, so this grant will be able to at least maintain that service because we just started this a year ago. And Scott, if you could share how many folks are participating in that, because I know we got our numbers increased rather quickly.
Yes, I believe somewhere in the 40s, as far as the number of residents that are currently in the program. The funding does run out June 30th of next year. We cannot spend anything after that. So we had initially applied and received the grant, and then they came back to us and said, hey, can you use more money? Because, we didn't give out as much as we thought we were going to. So we bumped our request up to, I believe it's $117,000, $100,000 of which goes to us being able to offer those services to our qualifying seniors, and the other 17 goes to ULSA for their administration of the program.
And so the answer to the question, do you need more money, is always yes, right?
Yes, because we will not have any funding from that, the Oakland Livingston Human Services Agency after June 30th. So
Of 2026.
Of 26, yes. So we decided to try to get funding through the CDBG for that program because it fits their guidelines and it would serve a big need in our community. So there is a cap on the people, what's the word I'm looking for? How much they can make in a given year and still qualify for a program.
Okay.
And for the current program, they need to be a homeowner as well. So those were the guidelines set up by the ULSA grant program. So that's the program as it currently exists.
So you talked about people who are currently in the program. Can new people apply to be in the program, or is it?
Yes, through the duration of this program, we'll be able to take new people. We actually had somebody come in today and ask if they can still get in the program for fall cleanup, gutters, snow removal this winter, and the answer is definitely yes.
So they just come into the Parks and Rec department and talk to you?
Yes, and there's an application form, and they need to prove their residency.
Cool. All right. Any other questions from the council?
Yeah, you said, so
Go ahead,
can
yes,
start
go
asking.
ahead.
You said homeowners only previously, so now if somebody qualified and they were a renter, would they?
So that's something that we can look at for the program moving forward after June 30th. But in the current program, as
Okay.
it's being administered,
That's how it is.
they need to be homeowners.
Okay. Awesome. That's something I would like to look into after we get.
And I believe the number of potential qualified homeowners that they told us from their numbers was close to 200, 189 or something.
Very good.
And some of those people do their own snow and or have other
Assistance or
setups.
something.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. So we need a roll call on the motion.
Councilmember Slawinski,
Yes.
Councilmember Tinlin,
Yes.
Mayor Moffett,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem O'Rourke,
Yes.
Councilmember Peltonen,
Yes.
Councilmember Rinkovich.
Yes.
Excellent. We have approved the application for the 2026 Community Block Grant submission. Thank you very much. Our next item is consideration of the second reading and adoption of ordinance number 795 zoning ordinance amendment to amend Chapter 34, Article 10, Section 7.15 to align the Zoning Board of Appeals procedures with the Michigan Zoning Enabling Act. Do I have a motion for that?
Madam Mayor, I move that the second reading and adoption of the ordinance number 795 zoning ordinance amendment to amend Chapter 34, Article 10, Section 71.5 to align Zoning Board of Appeals procedures with the Michigan Zoning Enabling Act, PA 110 OF 2006, to be approved.
Second.
Take it away, Nick.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The Michigan Zoning Enabling Act and zoning ordinance have conflicting language regarding the Zoning Board of Appeals and the number of votes needed for an approval. Our current language requires 4 members of the ZBA to vote in favor of a request, while the Zoning Enabling Act states that a majority of the board is required. This ordinance amendment brings us to alignment with the Michigan Zoning Enabling Act. Both the Zoning Enabling Act and zoning ordinance language have been included in the packet along with a legal opinion on the proposed amendment. Happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? The first reading of this was actually a previous council meeting, right? This is the second reading, so I'm sure you all studied it. Any questions? Everyone loves it.
I have a question.
Go for it.
On the amended ordinance, number 1, concurring vote, where it says C, in there, it states, effect any variance in the article in accordance with section 7.9 permits except that the concurring vote of 4 of the members. My question is, shouldn't it say vote of the majority of members, not 4?
Yes, that should.
Okay, thank you.
So we can have that updated in the official record.
So seeing this is the second reading, Mr. Nushai.
You would have to bring it back once more.
That's what I thought, okay. So we still vote on this sort of as the first modified reading?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So do we need to, do we need to change the motion to, okay, so you guys all know that, all right. Good catch, Councilmember Slawinski. Any other comments? All right, let's have a roll call.
Thank you. Councilmember Tinlin,
Yes.
Mayor Moffett,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem O'Rourke,
Yes.
Councilmember Peltonen,
Yes.
Councilmember Rinkovich,
Yes.
Councilmember Slawinski.
Yes.
Okay, we have just approved the now first reading of the adoption of ordinance number 795, zoning ordinance amendment to Chapter 34, Article 10, Section 7.15 to align the Zoning Board of Appeals procedures with the Michigan Zoning Enabling Act. All right. Our next item is consideration of the joint Clausen Public, a meeting with the joint Clausen Public Schools Board of Education. Can get a motion?
Madam Mayor, I move to approve a joint meeting be set with the Clausen Public Schools Board of Education for Monday, January 12th, 2026 at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium.
Support.
All right, we had talked about this briefly the other night. Mr. Riker, you have some color to put to it?
Sure, I'll give some context, ma'am. This year will be our third annual joint meeting with the Clausen Public Schools Board of Education. For the last 2 years, we've held this meeting on the second Monday in January. The joint task force between the city and the district is scheduled to meet this Friday to further refine the agenda. Both the city and the school district administrations are recommending that the 2026 annual joint meeting of the Clausen Public Schools Board of Education and the Clausen City Council be held Monday, January 12th, 2026 at 7 p.m. in the newly renovated high school auditorium.
So that's the task force that Councilmember Rinkovich was appointed to last night. And so is that something she's attending, making the agenda?
So I mean, I did speak with her, so I don't want to speak
Okay,
for her.
okay.
But, yeah, we did have some exchange on this.
Awesome.
Yep, we're working on that, so.
Cool, cool.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, already doing cool stuff. All right, any other questions, comments, thoughts? Yes, ma'am.
Was this the meeting for everybody or just for Heather?
That's for everyone on the dais here. Yes.
Okay.
So January 12th, everyone's marked their calendars, gotten a babysitter, whatever. All right. Roll call, please, if there's no other questions.
Mayor Moffett,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem O'Rourke,
Yes.
Councilmember Peltman,
Yes.
Councilmember Rinkovich,
Yes.
Councilmember Slawinski,
Yes.
Councilmember Tinlin.
Yes. Yes.
Motion passes. We're all going to be at the joint meeting with the Clawson Public Schools Board of Education on Monday, January 12th at 7 p.m. Mark your calendars. The next item is unfinished business. I don't believe we have any unfinished business. Hearing none, we move on to public comment for items not on the agenda. Same rules apply. We're going to give you 4 minutes to speak to an item not on the agenda. We ask that you state your name and indicate if you're a Clawson resident or a visitor. And we are not able to give any back and forth, but this time we do have council comments afterwards, so we can attempt to address anything that you mentioned during public comment during our council comments.
Scott Manning, resident, Clawson. Two things. I'd like to introduce one of the exchange students here in our school district who I drug along to a meeting as he likes politics and our relationship with the school district and civics. I think it's important for our young people to be part of this process. My other issue of coming is to urge the council and the administration to reach out to the other churches, religious organizations when it comes to doing words of inspiration and prayer. I've served 3 years now and have never received a call, and I know I'm not the only one. The width and the breadth of our community when it comes to those words of inspiration and support for the council and the work that you do, I would like to see you all reach out wider into the community, as we don't all come from the exact same perspectives, but we are all here seeking to support, to inspire, and to be a blessing along with you.
Thank you. Anyone else for items not on the agenda? Oh, there's a mad rush.
Darlene McDaniel, I'm a Clawson resident. I just want to say what a pleasant meeting this was. It was wonderful. Thanks to all of you. I am so glad you are all up there. I think it's going to be so successful for Clawson and just a great new experience. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council. My name is Jamie Gills Takanuchi. I'm a resident of Clawson. First, congratulations on your swearing in last night. I appreciate all that you're doing. And tonight I'm here to ask for your immediate formal action on a critical matter of municipal integrity and accountability. I have prepared a detailed formal request supported by correspondence with the city attorney, which I intended to email to each of you today, but I was unable to do so since your addresses are not available yet. And I know that's a combination of swearing in happening last night and that global outage that brought the city website down this morning, which had everybody who does that busy. Totally understand that. Therefore, I am presenting this request here publicly, and I have copies available for the city clerk. The issues involving the city manager's actions demonstrates a clear and repeated pattern of using public office for partisan political ends. This is a matter of legal exposure and public accountability. The city attorney's office can only conduct a formal legal review if the city council formally requests it. Council, You have a duty to investigate these matters to protect the integrity of your body and the proper use of public funds. I urge you to consider 3 connected issues that demand your formal direction and legal review. First, misuse of public resources for partisan political activity leading up to the election. I am requesting an investigation into all actions taken by the city manager that constituted a misuse of his official position or public resources for partisan politic purposes during the recent election cycle. This includes, but is not limited to, the use of the official dais during public meetings to challenge and politically oppose a sitting council member and candidate. This demonstrates a gross misuse of public resources, time, and confirms a pre-existing pattern of lacking neutrality. Second, the severance addendum. 4 days before the last term ended, a lame duck council granted the city manager a contract addendum guaranteeing severance, even if terminated with cause. This action was taken against the overwhelming public opinion voiced at that meeting. Whether you agree with the contract or not, you must address this public mandate by asking the attorney to confirm the legality and enforceability of this provision. Third, political endorsement in an official packet. The city manager subsequently used an official, publicly funded council packet to publish a political endorsement for a candidate who was one of the outgoing members who voted for that highly favorable severance benefit. This action has the clear appearance of repaying a political favor using public funds and resources. The citizens of Clawson deserve assurance that their public funds are not being misused for political gain, and that all items discussed here meet the highest standards of legality and ethics. Therefore, I formally request that the City Council vote tonight or place on your very next agenda a motion to formally direct the city attorney to provide a written legal opinion on all of the points that are raised. I am providing the complete prepared request, which includes the full text of my questions and the city attorney's reply, to the city clerk now for the public record. There's a copy for each one of you that I've also put in there. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else for public comment for items not on the agenda? Seeing no one approaching the podium, we'll go ahead and close public comment. And I'll stop hitting the microphone, I promise. The next item is the city clerk's report.
Mayor, the only thing I have is that there are applications for the vacancy for council in the back. It's online as well today. It was posted.
Oh, it was, so when I went on this morning, although it was early and you guys probably weren't at work
It was
yet,
this
it was all,
evening.
it was down and everything was down. So what, can you tell us what the timeline established was? Yeah, go.
I can cover it in my
Okay.
report.
Sounds good. Anything else from the city clerk? All right, thank you. All right, next is the city attorney's report. So I have a question, obviously. Yep, yeah, you knew I was going to ask, right? So we just heard about an item and that was given to the city clerk. Is the best course of action for us to make a motion to add that to the next council meeting?
I think that would be appropriate, ma'am.
Okay, all right, so
I imagine you would want to articulate
yeah,
it as.
well, and I think we would want to take a look at it and understand it, and then as part of adding it to the agenda, would a legal opinion from you be included in the agenda?
I'd be happy to do so, yes.
Okay, so I make a motion that said action be added to the December 2nd city council meeting agenda, along with a legal opinion from the city attorney.
Support.
Any other discussion on that? All right, can we have a roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem O'Rourke,
Yes.
Councilmember Peltonen,
Yes.
Councilmember Rinkovich,
Yes.
Councilmember Slawinski,
Yes.
Councilmember Tinlin,
Yes.
Mayor Moffett.
Yes. All right, nothing else from you? You didn't want to say anything anyhow? All right, cool. All right, thank you very much. Next, we have the city manager's report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The city's website has been updated with the new members of council's photos and contact info. Additionally, the information and timeline for filling the vacant council seat is also online as of today. Last night, you discussed a rough timeline, and I shared that I wanted to verify we could replicate the previous process. The last vacancy was advertised, and we received applications for 8 days. As of posting this afternoon, we will accept applications until Wednesday, November 26th at noon, which is the day before Thanksgiving. Applications are also available online and at the city's website landing page under City News, which is on the right side of the screen. Applications are also available in the back back of these chambers near the agenda. We suggest stopping at noon on Wednesday, November 26th, as we have to prepare the agenda packet in time to be sent out for the December 2nd regular council meeting. Council will receive the applications as written, but the agenda packet will have the applications with redactions of contact information on the applications. Council will then have the discussion to whittle down the applicants to a manageable number at the December 2nd regular council meeting. Those selected for consideration will be invited to the special council meeting on Monday, December 8th at 7 p.m. for an interview with council. Selection by vote of council will occur at the December 16th regular city council meeting. Starting this month, the city has changed its water bill format. So previously, you received a small card, approximately 3x5, quarterly in the mail. You will now receive a standard size letter folded in thirds and placed in a number 10 envelope. We want to share this with our residents in advance so that you know it is an actual legitimate bill. It looks like this. Additional information and this example can be found on the city's website at cityofclawson.com under Department of Public Works, then under water distribution, and then under water billing. Often the small card would get lost in the mail or was easily misplaced. This new method will be more visible and offers the city the ability to provide additional information on an as-needed basis and is cost neutral and is anticipated to be cost savings over time. At the December 2nd regular city council meeting, we'll be having an introductory city council training session with James Vetriano of Vetriano Consulting. James is a previous city manager and an HR professional. Also, as was mentioned at last night's meeting, there is newly elected official training through the Michigan Municipal League. December 4th, there is an in-person opportunity in Lansing, and there is a virtual session which will be conducted on January 22nd. I will share this information again with all of you via email on or before Friday in my Friday weekly feedback. Pending any questions, that's my brief.
So thanks for putting together the application process. Sounds perfect. The envelope that the water bill's going to go out in, is it like, it says City of Clawson or?
Yes, it'll be easily identifiable.
Okay.
There will not be at this time a return envelope, just
I was just
because
gonna ask
right
that,
now, with the card there, we don't have that, we don't offer that service.
All right. Yeah, and when we had the card, we had to provide our own envelope anyhow, so.
Right.
And people could always bring that in and pay it at the desk, so if you don't want to save that stamp. All right. Any other questions for the city manager?
Yeah, I got a question.
Go.
I know there was a ordinance making its way through the process on first floor parking, I think. Where is that? Was that ever first read here, or is that coming, or?
So if I recall correctly, and Nick, I'll turn it over to Nick, I'm not sure if it was necessarily ordinance, but it was something that was being taken up by the Planning Commission as an incentive to, for developers to have a little bit of creative latitude so that they can meet parking requirements, but also get back the needed margin investments that they need to consider Clawson.
Right.
If Nick has any more.
Yep, so on top of that, this has been presented to the Planning Commission, I believe, 2 or 3 times now, and there's been good discussion. We have some draft language, but the Planning Commission is inquiring to have some visuals associated with that to see what it would look like in action. And so Giffords Webster has been trying to work on that, but it's also difficult to develop full-on plans for properties because obviously every property is different in how they develop it, but we're trying to present that. So it's still in front of the Planning Commission at this point. Once they approve the language, they'll have a public hearing, and from there it'll come to City Council.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
underway, in short.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I guess one more.
Go ahead.
For vacancies on boards and commissions, do we post that anywhere on the website? Do we do any outreach to the community to, I guess, not recruit, but recruit interest in those? Or do we just kind of accept applications as they come?
So what we can do, and actually the fact that you have city clerk's report on here stems from the need to advertise those vacancies. So we'll make sure that any vacancies that exist will be advertised on a regular basis.
Okay.
And by advertise, you mean we'll talk about it in the meeting?
Not just here at the clerk's, but also not just online, but also in the clerk's report. That actually is how, I was like, hold it, you're gonna talk about this. And so that just kind of fell off the radar with the elections and whatnot. So we'll get that
That
back
would
on
be
there.
super cool. I would like that. That would be great. Any other questions?
But that's also going to be on the website somewhere?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, great. Going one more time. Anything else for the city manager? All right. Hearing none, we will move to city council comments, and we will start with Council Member Tinland.
Well, amazingly enough, I have no comments today because I'm losing my voice, but I promise to share comments like I always do at the next meeting. Okay.
All right,
Thank you, though.
excellent. Thank you. Next, Council Member Slawinski.
I don't have any comments except for I feel a lot better today. I don't know if it's because I feel like I can reach the microphone. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming, and I appreciate all that the administration did to put together the meeting, so thank you.
Excellent. Next, we have Council Member Rinkovich.
Good. I do have a little something prepared this evening. So we did not have a formal city council meeting at the start of November, given Election Day. And then we had the special meeting last week. And with all of the excitement last night, our city council did not have a formal chance to acknowledge Veterans Day. So I'd like to take a moment to do that. So to all who have served in our nation's armed forces and to the families who have supported them, I want to take a moment from this council to offer our sincerest gratitude. Your service and sacrifice to protect the freedoms that we all depend on. As the daughter and sister and wife to veterans, this day carries, well, last week, but the month too, carries deep meaning for me. I have also worked with and served military service persons and veterans for over 20 years as part of my professional experiences. So both personally and professionally, I've seen firsthand the commitment, resilience, and quiet strength that our military service requires, not just from those who serve, but from their military or from their families as well. So to every veteran in our Clawson community, thank you. We honor you today and every day.
Thank you. Council Member Peltonen.
Yes, so I have some questions for Mr. Nushai. If he could help me out with some of the things that happened at the last, at the special meeting regarding the appointments of unexpired terms, because it all seemed to happen really fast and really easy that I was wondering if we could just as quickly and easily put the dates back to how they just kind of rescind those appointments. The ones that were appointed they weren't expired. So there were 3 of them. There was a Nate Hara and, well, Aaron Redmonds, they didn't do anything with, that had not expired yet. And I thought in our ordinance, it says you can, or you don't appoint somebody until the spot is expired.
That's right. I don't believe council has the ability to appoint to a term, anyone to a term that is not vacant.
Okay.
Right? If a seat is occupied, I would question the validity of that appointment. So
Okay.
council, it sounds like it from your wording, you would be interested in rescinding that, and council can.
Yes, okay. And then I did, so Can I do that now? Or-
You would need to make a motion and then have a
Can I
second.
Go ahead and
yes.
make the motion now? Okay. Then
Before we
yes.
make that motion, I
Okay.
just have a quick question, so we get it right the first time. Was there only one rollback of
Well,
the
so
planning commission?
I guess I could ask the rest of my questions
Go ahead.
first, because I did have a question regarding regarding Mr. Tinlin's resignation, because we did get the email copy in the packet showing that he resigned, but then he had mentioned that he attempted to rescind his resignation upon learning that this was going on. But that part, like, we are wondering if that resignation stands,
I'm
like,
not entirely sure with respect to the resignation from Mr. Tinlin. At least I'm not aware of the factual scenarios. I don't think I can.
And I can clarify too, because we had gone through the normal process with the city admin, the chair, and then I sent the note, but it did have an effective date, I believe, of I think I grabbed it, I was trying to get my email, but I had an effective date of that Friday after the general election. And when I had reached out before, it was after that effective date.
I understand. Ms. Beltonen, and Madam Mayor.
Can you, you're kind of hard to hear. If we could,
Yes.
could, just sit on his lap.
You're good. I'll leave that. Very good. I imagine then, because there were some, not only with respect to Mr. Tinlin's, which I was not aware of, but there was another council member as well that, pardon me, another planning commissioner who had made a similar statement of resignation and then attempted to rescind that resignation. Given those moving parts, then I would request that you consider putting a pause on your motion, and let's put it on the agenda instead for next time as an item for consideration. That way, we'll be able to get through the city clerk the terms as they are appropriate. We'll look at the actions through the administration, through Mr. Raker. We'll look at the actions as well that were taken, whether by Mr. Tinlin as well as the other planning commissioner, and then I'll provide an opinion. It won't make a difference for purposes of anything going forward, because obviously all those terms, the planning commission terms, or whatever boards, I don't think I'm wrong, I may be wrong, but I believe they're all to at least the end of the year and beyond. So that be the case, you do have some time.
So, but, to add clarity to Councilmember Tinlin's resignation, the question would be for, I think, the clerk or Nick. During that special council meeting, was anyone appointed to then Planning Commissioner Tinlin's vacant seat based on his resignation? If no one was appointed to that seat, it's moot, right?
Correct, yeah, it would be an open seat then.
Right,
available
right.
to
So
council for-
was anyone specifically appointed, which was to the seat held by Mr. Tinlin?
I think as Mr. Nushai referenced, we should probably review exactly who was appointed to which seat before we answer that. I don't think anyone wants to give a
Okay,
factual
that's-
statement without knowing for certain.
That's fair. So maybe we could also have, well, we need a motion to add it to the agenda.
Madam Mayor, what I can do is I can just add a discussion item to the agenda in regards to the appointments and any resignations related to the special meeting. And so,
Could we include with that, maybe, like, I'm thinking like a matrix or something like that, so we could understand what the moving parts. Perfect. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Because you have an open seat on the ZBA now, correct, as well, right? Because Mayor Pro Tem has already resigned as well.
Yeah, that'd be an alternate spot on ZBA.
So there's 5 members on ZBA currently. Those are all the standing board members, so the 2 vacancies are both the alternates.
Okay.
So I'll plug that. If anyone's interested in the alternate on ZBA, we'll take applications.
So we'll get all of that outlined and understand and clear for everyone on the next agenda. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess, so then my question would be, like, so there's going to be a meeting for Planning Commission?
I
So-
presume you're going to have it with respect to all the appointments and whatever availability there may be on the various
Right.
boards above and beyond. It's going to be a discussion item, and then based on what you hear on the discussion, based on what you review on the item on the agenda, you'll be able to make whatever motions you may deem appropriate.
And the only ones under question are the unexpired ones. For example, that's why I had asked in the meeting specifically about that very first appointment, because that was for someone who had resigned.
Correct.
So that stands, right? Because that was for a
Correct.
vacant seat.
That was a vacant seat.
Is there any other planning commission, and the rest of them were unexpired, that's the issue, right?
Yeah, I believe
Is that
so,
what you're
but again,
concerned
we'll have to take a look.
Oh, I mean, I guess so you would say that Mr. Tinlin's, or Councilmember Tinlin's resignation was accepted, and then Aaron Hale was filled to his seat. My concern was that he's gonna, there's a meeting, and so is he on the
Oh.
planning commission, or is he not?
I was
Like,
Aaron,
Yeah.
okay, you're right. It's a valid point.
I mean,
So what you're stating is that Mr. Hale, who was appointed to the Planning Commission on Thursday, there's question as to whether that is a proper appointment due to the uncertainty of Mr. Tinlin's resignation. So I'm just trying to understand your question. You're asking if he can serve next Tuesday for the Planning Commission meeting in advance of this discussion.
yes, yeah.
Has he been sworn in?
Was it the gentleman?
Has he been sworn in?
He is not.
So maybe a quick remedy to that is he has not been sworn in yet, and we will simply just not swear him in until this is taken care of.
Thank you, appreciate that.
I think that works.
That's cool.
That's a little tricky.
Okay, all right, pardon me.
Pardon me. May I inquire, Mr. Tinlin, pardon me for putting you on the spot.
I'm always put on the spot, so
No,
I'm used to it.
that's perfectly fair. May I inquire as to the steps? I was not aware because obviously I didn't receive an email. I believe it sounds as if you followed the actual protocol by way of the bylaws.
Yeah, by the laws. I notified the chair, the city appointed admin, which was Nick, asking for the process. They said forward the resignation, which I did, and had an effective date of that Friday after the election. After I was out of country as well when this special election was called, so I called back as I got in the United States and asked what the protocols would be for rescinding my resignation.
Okay. And then my question would be for Nick, was that forwarded to all of council? The resignation?
The resignation was forwarded to the city clerk. I personally cannot speak to the rest of that.
I believe it was in the packet. I believe it was in the appointment packet.
Yes. I know that Michelle, the city clerk, was sending emails regarding the resignations that were coming in and the appointments. I can't speak to 100% certainty as to what was
So
sent out.
actually,
So then, what that means, Madam Mayor, is that the resignation was effective, was completed.
You're correct.
It went through the process by way of the bylaws, and the moment that it reached council, it needed, we did not require acceptance for purposes of planning commissioner. So the appointment of Mr. Haley, if that was a gentleman that was appointed first that evening in that seat, would be appropriate, and he can serve.
okay. Okay, all right, that makes sense. And I do remember getting the resignation from Michelle in an email, so.
And just the exact time, it was November 7th when the effective date was in my email, the city email. And then I had tried to reach out to the city administration on November 12th, I think at 4 o'clock in the morning as soon as I got in country.
But I think your point, Mr. Nushai, is that there's no pathway for rescinding a resignation.
That is correct. There's no pathway. You had followed the process as outlined in the bylaws and then pursuant to Michigan law. So in that sense, that the process for resignation was complete with no ability to reverse. So that appointment then would be appropriate.
Okay.
So then for clarification, he will then serve in the next one. Okay, good.
Anything else?
No, thank you.
Awesome, thank you, though. Thank you for all of that.
Thank you for clarifying all of that.
Mayor Pro Tem O'Rourke.
No comment from me.
All right, my turn. So I have two items. Yeah, Mr. Nushai, let me just go back up there. So back in July of 2020, when we were all mired with COVID and having meetings online and all that fun stuff, the new council had adopted this document, City Council Rules of Procedures, and it, I think at the time, this is something that each council should take a look and review. And so I don't know why I made you go up there, but I would like to make a motion that the City Council Rules of Procedures, I just found a draft of it. Was something actually adopted?
Yes, ma'am. Pursuant to the Code of Ordinances, every council adopts its rules of procedure at the beginning of either your organizational meeting or the first meeting.
Okay.
Or soon thereafter. That document was probably one that I created a while back. We didn't do one for purposes of the council members that, the last iteration of council. But you could absolutely, or we could take that as a baseline, probably review it because it has been some time.
Right.
And I have not seen it in a while, and I imagine I've changed my mind about a lot of things in there. So I would ask to give us a chance to be able to bring it back to you so that you may vote upon it.
That would be great.
Absolutely.
We could do a motion.
We could just have it on the agenda.
We'll get it on the
Adam,
agenda.
perfect, all right. And then one more,
Yes, ma'am.
so I would also back a month or so ago, we passed ordinance 792, and this is in regard to the method for filling filling vacancies. And there are some tweaks that I think are worth discussing on this. If we could add that to the agenda for the next council meeting as well for discussion, I would love that.
I think that yeah.
Okay.
I have no objection. I presume the manager doesn't have an
It'll be on the
objection.
agenda.
Excellent. All right. So then the rest of my comments are, next week is Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone has a wonderful time. I know that someone posted, and I should have printed it out, but there's several organizations that are inviting people to, if they have no place else to go and celebrate with some community members. If you know someone who's going to be alone, be sure you reach out to them and make sure that they feel welcomed and have something to do. And I want to wish everybody a fantastic holiday, however you plan to celebrate it. I hope it's a wonderful time for everybody. And that is all my comments. All right. Having done all that, I don't think we have anything left. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
To adjourn.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rinkovich,
Yes.
Councilmember Slawinski,
Yes.
Councilmember Tinlin,
Yes.
Mayor Moffett,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem O'Rourke,
Yes.
Councilmember Peltonen.
Yes.
We're adjourned. Thank you so much, everyone who came out, everyone who's watching online. Thank you, thank you, thank you.